How a nip slip pivoted YouTube from being a dating site. With millions of people making their income on YouTube and billions of subscribers on the platform, YouTube has gone on to prove all doubters wrong to become the biggest video social media platform in the world. In today's video, we will look at how a drastic decision pivoted YouTube from being a dating site. So watch this video till the end to find out, and do not forget to like this video. When you think of anything that needs an answer and you have no one to ask, but you have good internet and a smartphone, all you need to do is visit Google or the second best option, which is YouTube. Statistically, YouTube is the second most visited website in the world, but behind the amazing innovation lies a great deal of stories. Study has revealed that over 500 videos are uploaded on YouTube per minute, and over 1 billion hours are spent by subscribers to watch content on YouTube daily. The dreams of the guys who founded YouTube were just to have a website where people can view their videos, and that is. But today, millions of content creators earn a lot of bucks from just being a YouTuber. Prior to the existence of YouTube, the founders all worked at the popular PayPal we all use to send and receive funds. And the thought of creating their own project didn't occur to them until a corporate nightmare fueled a fire inside them. PayPal was witnessing a financial crisis, and they were left with no other option than to sell the company to eBay, which is one of the biggest online marketplaces. After successfully buying PayPal, eBay started treating employers like factory workers. It was just that we needed 3.5 engineers to work for 14 days on this project. We don't care who it is, we don't care who's sick. All we care about is that this product launches on this date, and it has to be able to monetize. You will not believe what you will see next. 3 years after the acquisition of PayPal, Steve gained admission to study computer science at the University of Illinois. Max, who was a recruiter for PayPal, also attended the university, and since he didn't know much about Silicon Valley, he reached out to Steve, who an engineer recommended for employment. Steve saw this as a big opportunity, but he had 6 months to graduate. Steve knew the chance was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so he opted to drop out of school and commence work at PayPal. The thought of, if the company fails, I can always go back to college, was all Steve made to conclude. And after that, he flew down to San Francisco to start his new job. As a broke student, Steve had nothing and even had to sleep on the floor in his friend's apartment. By the time the acquisition happened, Steve was already an engineer and was lucky to be part of the 4 engineers that eBay wanted. Steve, who has been having a tremendous career, couldn't hold back his regret when he noticed how his team was being treated when PayPal wanted to open in China. This prompted him to start talking to his colleagues about his company ideas. The colleagues Chad Hurley and Jod Karim would later be his future partners. Talking of his future partners, Chad started working with PayPal around the same time Steve joined, having graduated with a bachelor's degree in fine arts at the University of Pennsylvania. He discovered an article about PayPal and submitted his resume. Luckily, Peter and Max were so impressed that they flew him down to Palo Alto for his interview when he was asked to create a catchy logo. After a successful interview, Chad was employed as the company's designer. Jod, however, joined PayPal a year after Steve and Chad joined. He was also recruited by Max when studying computer science at the University of Illinois. And just like Steve, he dropped out of the university to pursue his dreams. The 3 co-workers started working together and often on the same project, which made them grow friendship bonds. But things changed after Chad took up another job as a design consultant, and Jod also stopped to resume school. This is not the whole story. It is even going to get crazier. Keep watching. Steve, who was left all alone at PayPal, also left after the project in China, since he was unhappy with eBay, who took over the company that had been treating the workers. After Steve left PayPal, he was employed by Facebook, which had just launched and had about 6 million active users. Steve also started meeting with old friends he met at PayPal, and they started discussing building projects. The 3 friends' discussion led to the debate on building a website like Hot or Not, which was built for fun and was mainly a dating site where users pay $6 per month to gain access. The idea of the project was pleasing, and the three decided to try out the project as well. They all came up with the name YouTube, where U stands for user-generated content, and Tube represents a TV. Steve and Jod got to work on the engineering part, while Chad handled the design. While the journey to building YouTube seems interesting to the three friends, there lies a tough journey ahead of them. Jod was already in his master's program and trying to balance academics and the new project, while Steve resigned from Facebook after just a few weeks. It was tough for Steve, but he was determined to see the project through. After weeks of hard work, the three friends realized that building a video dating site wasn't easy. It was literally impossible for anyone to watch several videos from a browser, since the files would be too large for the websites to host. Fortunately, the team came up with the idea of using a new version of Flash Player 8's codec to shrink video files to a fraction of their original size and allow them to be played instantly from a browser. After so many trials and errors, the team eventually succeeded, but another trouble started looming when Google announced it would launch a free video hosting site called Google Video. The team feared that Google would become a fearsome competitor, but they were adamant and remained focused on launching their project. 1 month later, YouTube went live. Thinking videos of anything would be better than nothing, Jod started to upload, and they started making awareness of the new project to people. But no one was willing to upload their videos, so the team began uploading theirs, videos of airplanes and then at the zoo. Soon after they did that, people started uploading their videos on the site. Wait a minute, this is not everything. Later in the video, we will show you how the trio changed YouTube from a video dating site to a general video site. After several videos were uploaded with none aligning with their goals, Steve and his friends decided to turn it into a general video site instead of a video dating site. They launched a new version which allowed users to embed videos on other websites and led to a spark for the three friends. A lot of users on MySpace started visiting YouTube, and views per day skyrocketed from 0 to thousands, which was a good sign, but brought trouble for the creators. The high number of views means that Steve and his friends have to pay an exorbitant price for more bandwidth. And after numerous requests to increase bank limits, Steve's bank was left with no choice but to cut him off. With other issues at hand, the team decided it was time to raise capital, as YouTube's metrics began to double every week. Their search for raising capital was challenging, as all the investors they approached were unwilling to help. Luckily, Jod bumped into Keith Rabwa, who once worked at PayPal as VP of Business Development, and Jod told him about their project, and also sent a link to him. Keith, who knew his friend Roloff Botha, PayPal's former CFO, who needed something like that, forwarded the link to him. After Roloff tried out YouTube, he was so impressed that he started contemplating investing. This made the three friends quickly draft their pitch, addressing the problem they were solving and their solution, how they planned on generating revenue through ads, and their user and video metrics, which continued to double every week. After some deliberations, Roloff invested a sum of $3.5 million for a 30% stake and even allowed the team to work in their office instead of Chad's garage. That moment was the beginning of success for the trio as their business boomed. But top companies won't back off with lawsuits. This prompted the trio to decide to sell YouTube since they didn't have the capital to fight the big companies. Google later bought YouTube, but with the agreement that YouTube's engineers would be in charge of the operations. The deal was sealed off with $1.65 billion. After the deal, Google negotiated the issue of licensing with other top companies. YouTube was a dream born in a small garage, and the challenges it faced from top companies remain untold. But today, YouTube has made several content creators millionaires and was also served as a source of inspiration for many tech company founders.